Kenny here with Gardening Simplified. It is May 20th. We're out here in the garden, and we're going to talk about succession planting of tomatoes. But I figured I'd show you we got a bunch of cucumbers and squash, a little okra, various peppers, just a few peas. We pulled those out, and a few more green beans. We've canned up 13 quarts, and we probably got enough to last the year now with what we had extra from last year, but they're still producing good. And you say, what's that got to do with tomatoes? And if we go over here and we start looking down this row, and we've got tomato plants. We've got all kinds of tomatoes popping on here. They're just loaded up and getting bigger. Won't be long, they'll be changing colors. And you say, well, why plant tomato plants now if you got all these now? These, I've got a problem with root knot nematodes in the soil. I'm trying a little experiment this year. I'll talk about it if it works. And I probably will after it's finished if it doesn't work. But it'll come to the point when I pull the plants to where I can really tell how it affected, how effective it was for it. But the reason we do that is because the root knot nematodes. These will die off here probably sometime in June, maybe early July. They'll start dying off, and because they can't get nutrients from the root knot nematode. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant some more. Now, here's my succession planting of cucumbers. They're popping up. We still got a few that hadn't come out. We got 3/4 of an inch of rain last night, so that should really do it. Right here, we've got a couple of yellow squash coming up. The zucchini ain't come to the top, and this yellow squash ain't broke the ground yet. But we've got this area from this flag to the end of the row, which we can probably put in probably 8, maybe 8 tomatoes in there. We'll just see. We've got plenty. We'll go up here into the greenhouse. Watermelons are starting to take over, which is good. I'm going to prune the tips off and make sure I send them back the other way. But in the greenhouse here, and they kind of got dried out, so I'm going to have to water them good first. And these are tomatoes. Now we've got 18 Cherokee Purple, and then there's 6 of the Sweet 100s, Super Sweet 100s. So we'll probably put one of the Super Sweets in the heated greenhouse, let it start there, see how it does in a pot, and see if we can make it last through the summer with the shade cloth and how long it's going to run out. But what we're going to do is plant these today, and we'll talk a little bit about it for those of you that's new to it. But it's important to think about if you want something, if you want tomatoes, fresh tomatoes through the year, and you have a situation like I do, then you need to contemplate and think about it ahead of time and plant some more tomatoes. Now, I will plant one more batch. I'm going to do some more Abe Lincolns. I haven't grown them in a couple of years, and I'm going to see about putting one of those in the greenhouse, see how it does through the winter. Maybe I can have some tomatoes when these ones play out. I won't have just a couple of plants, but that should be way more tomatoes than what I need. But anyway, let's get after it. All right, we're out here planting, and what I do is prep. I just use some bone meal and my pelleted chicken litter. Now, for those that haven't planted tomatoes before, these already have their lower limbs pruned off, And if it has limbs down, go ahead and take them off. You don't want a whole lot sticking out at the top. It makes it where it's less transpiration and such as that. But what you're going to do is, if you have a leggier plant than this, you can just dig you a trench and plant it sideways. For these, we're just going to stir this mixture in, and then we're going to plant them a little deep. They'll put roots all up on the side, so we just put them in there deep, leave a little of the top sticking out, and that's all it is to it. But we're going to go ahead and plant the rest of these and fill in where we lost a few on that row. And as easy as that, we've got them all planted. We got these two replaced. I thought there was 3 over here, but this one was, there's just barely any of it left. Something got it, and it decided it'd come back with a vengeance from the bottom. It was planted the same time as these, so it's considerably smaller, but it is bigger than the ones that's going in. But these have plenty of time to make it. These are in the ground. Make sure you water them in good. And when you water your plants in, don't just water directly right at it. Water the ground around it. That way you ensure that the ground around it doesn't soak all the moisture away from the bottom. Now, these are perfect time to plant these because it's overcast. It rained 3/4 of an inch yesterday, so the soil is moisture. And even though it's moist, we want to water that down so the soil kind of works its way around the roots good. These were all grown from seeds, so like all my plants, it's that way I know what they are, and they get a rough time. They were looking pretty dry, you know, at the start of this video, because I should have come out here yesterday and watered, and it was raining, and these were sitting just inside the greenhouse under the shade cloth. So, but we've got a couple more days of overcast and maybe a little more rain. And if it rains, I won't have to come out here and water. But if it doesn't, then I'll just make sure I water them for the next few days. Give them a good chance to get that ground saturated. But anyway, that's all it is to tomatoes. Grow your own. All we got to do now is put cages like these others, and we've got a little bit of time. They're not going to jump up within the next week or two where we can't take care of them. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little short video. Please give it a thumbs up and enjoy that gardening experience.